Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I'm the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to be showing you some alcohol ink painting on flat canvas. Some of you may know I broke my hand back in July and I've been recovering from that injury. So I haven't been able to do any kind of crafting really. Any sort of content that I've been able to get out is kind of old content that I've had stowed away, luckily. So I haven't been able to do much of anything until now, and I thought doing something on a flat canvas would be a good way for me to ease back into making my art after this injury. Of course, I broke my right hand and I'm right hand dominant and I'm an artist, so this was pretty devastating for me for a while. I haven't been able to do anything. But anyway, I'm doing much better now. I feel great. My hand is, I would say, probably 75% healed. I can do just about anything, including paint. And I thought the easiest way to paint, like I said, would be on this flat surface. So here we go. I've got this canvas. This is a 9x12 canvas that I got in like a pack of 7 on sale. It's one of those shallow flat ones, so it doesn't have a wood frame. It's just like the cardboard core, I guess you would call it, canvas. And it is gesso prepped, so it has the gesso painted finish. And then I did spray paint over that with just a flat white spray paint. I really prefer a flat white spray paint finish for alcohol inks, but that step is totally optional. You would still end up with great results if you didn't do that. Anyway, here I am. I've got my color palette with a rainbow of colors. I'm really just primarily using a bright pink, a yellow, a green, a teal, and a purple. I will list the exact colors that I'm using and where you can get them down below in the description box. I really wanted just this rainbow explosion of color down the middle of my canvas, and so I'm starting with that bright pink color first up at the top right hand corner. And I'm just kind of balancing the saturation of color with a little bit of clean rubbing alcohol. You'll notice I've got a couple medicine cups towards the bottom of my screen there that are filled with just 91% rubbing alcohol. And each time I kind of dab in a little bit of that, then a little bit of the ink, and then I will blot on the paper towel so I can test the saturation prior to dabbing it onto my canvas. And every time I come up close to the other color with, say I'm coming up with a yellow close to the pink and I get that mixed color onto my brush, I will clean my brush off in my clean alcohol pot, dab the brush off on my paper towel, and then go back in to continue with the painting. So I don't muddle up the paint on my brush, or excuse me, the ink, I guess I should say. And I just continue this on and I let the colors mix where they want to mix, and I kind of let the colors tell me where they want to be placed on the canvas. I think this is part of the process that I can't really teach. I sort of just keep going along with my daubing technique and let the colors tell me where I think they need to be placed next, with a vague idea of where we want to be in the end game, right? So the destination will be somewhat of a rainbow. How we get to a rainbow kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day and how the colors are placing themselves on the canvas. I've done a lot of alcohol ink painting technique videos in the past on my channel, and I'm going to link those down below in the description box. In those videos, we go really farther into detail on the technique, and I'm actually painting them on anything from an ornament to a stainless steel tumbler. Alcohol ink painting is definitely one of my favorite kind of art mediums, and this is my first time applying it to a canvas, and I just had so much fun doing this. Over time, I've learned what colors look best with what when they come up against each other. Anytime I'm coming up against green and pink, that's always gonna recipe for disaster. It's gonna end up looking brown. If I don't want that to happen, kind of the go-between between pink and green for me is teal. So anytime I lay teal between that pink and green, it's just a beautiful transition and creates this kind of purpley color that I absolutely love and looks a lot less muddled. Same thing when I'm going between like yellow and pink. Yellow and pink always look good together. Pink and purple look great next to each other. One thing I love about alcohol inks is if you place a section of color that you don't really like how it turned out and it dried looking a little bit weird, you could just go over it with a little bit of clean rubbing alcohol on your brush, or just go over it with a different alcohol ink color with your brush for that matter, and it'll just kind of wipe out what was there and replace it with something new and create a totally different look. And every time we go over kind of a colored section, either with more rubbing alcohol or more ink, we add more depth and dimension to our piece. And here's really where I'll start going into refine things and add some little details. I kind of add some kind of like splashes of color here and there to add some dimension and some kind of whimsy. And once I'm happy with everything, I'm just going to let this sit overnight to dry, and I'm not going to do anything more to it until we get to the next step. I'm going to be applying a vinyl decal over my painting, and I really want to make sure that the alcohol inks stay in place and are not disturbed by that process. So I'm going to apply a thin layer of epoxy. I've mixed 60 milliliters of my fast setting epoxy, and I'm just going to spread this all over my canvas, being careful to keep it off the sides or from any epoxy dripping around the back. You could also tape off the back with some masking tape or painter's tape. I did not feel like doing that, so I just kind of scraped off any excess epoxy from the sides. You'll also notice that I have the canvas up on risers, so any epoxy can freely drip off the sides without sticking to the back. Once I've got my epoxy evenly spread all over my canvas and I haven't missed any spots, everything's nice and smooth, I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any remaining bubbles. And then I'm going to put this in my drying box so that it'll dry nice and quickly and I don't get any debris on it. My canvas is totally dry. It's been in the drying box for about 2.5 hours now. Your dry times may vary based on the brand and type of epoxy that you're using, but I'm going to apply my decal now. I cut this using my Cricut and some permanent white vinyl. I designed this decal myself. By the time this video airs, hopefully I will have these in stock, but I also ordered these in UV DTF that you can order from my website if you don't have a Cricut and you want to make the same project. I will have these available in both a large size for canvas and a small size for tumblers in white. So you can find those at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com soon, hopefully, but not yet. All right, so I'm just going to transfer my decal onto my canvas like I normally would, kind of using a hinge method. I've got a large piece of transfer tape here and I'm going to measure twice, so I only have to cut once. I want to make sure that this is completely centered on my canvas. Once I got that decal applied, all I had to do next was just sign the corner. Of course, that step is optional. I want to make sure I don't have any debris on this, so I just went over it real quick with my tack cloth. And then I've got 60 milliliters of my Artist Cure formula that I've already mixed here, and I'm going to apply that as my final coat just to keep everything bright and white on this piece for a long time. I'm going to apply this just like we did that first coat. I've got my piece up on risers here, so in case any drips, it's not going to stick to the back. I'm going to pour most of it down the middle first and let gravity kind of do its job to spread it across the canvas. And then I'll use my silicone brush tool to kind of pull it out to the ends and make sure we get everything coated nice and evenly. Once I have this coated smoothly, I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles, and then I am going to put it up on some risers in my drying box so that it dries with no debris and dries super quick. Even with my Artist Cure formula, the dry time in my dry box is nearly cut in half. Once my piece was fully dry, I'm ready to take it out of my box and clean up the backside. So I did get a few drips. that stayed along the back. This is no big deal. Of course, if I wanted to put some painter's tape or something, I could do that, but you're not going to see the back after I put it in the frame. So to get rid of these so that it sits flush on the frame, I'm going to run my heat gun along those drips really quick, and then I'll just pry them off with a craft knife. They come off super easy. Obviously, you don't want to burn your canvas, so don't go too much with that heat gun. But I just wanted to pop those off so they wouldn't affect how the canvas laid in the frame. This frame comes with these little Velcro strips that you just affix side by side to the frame and then peel off the sticky part along the back. That sticky part is what's going to stick along the back side of your canvas to hold your canvas in your floating frame. It's also nice because if you need to make some adjustments to make it sit straight in there, that's very easy to do with this Velcro tape. The other thing is I'm using a very flat canvas. Remember, I'm just using a cardboard core canvas. I'm not using one with a wood frame. So obviously if you had like a real nice fancy canvas, that would sit flush along the top of the frame really nicely. That's what it's for. But I still think this looks nice, and I elevated a little canvas that cost me less than $1 and made something that looks very nice and beautiful that I couldn't wait to hang on my wall in my craft space. Let me know what you guys thought about this project, and if you want to see me do more canvas painting. I absolutely love this. I thought it was so much fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I try to upload every week, and I'm going to try and stick to that now, especially since my hand is healed. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you again soon. If you love that last video, you can check out the next one here, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more great content. You can shop our products at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com and subscribe to our channel for new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.